Before we start, here's something important. Throughout this video, you're going to meet a few characters. They're not superheroes, they're not gurus, and chances are you're going to recognize them, because parts of them are probably you. And I won't challenge you to change who you are or make a drastic 360 all at once. That would be completely against habit number 4. But you must know that these habits are not random picks. They're pulled from some of the most proven work on habit change and behavior science, including ideas from books like Atomic Habits, The Power of Habit, Tiny Habits, and Deep Work. Not the fluffy stuff. The parts that actually work in real life. So let me introduce you to a few people who tried the perfect routine and failed spectacularly before they figured out what actually sticks. Habit number 1, the 2-minute rule. Meet Alex. Alex wasn't lazy. Alex was overwhelmed. One Tuesday evening, Alex stood in the kitchen staring at a sink full of dishes. Not a disaster. Just plates, a pan, a few forks. Nothing hard. And yet, Alex didn't wash them. Instead, Alex stood there thinking about them, feeling annoyed, feeling guilty, feeling like a failure for not doing something that should be easy. That's when Alex learned the 2-minute rule, popularized in Atomic Habits. If something takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. No debate, no scheduling, no "I'll get to it later." Alex washed one plate. Then another. The whole sink took under 2 minutes, and that's when it clicked. The mental weight of the dishes had been heavier than the dishes themselves. So Alex applied the rule everywhere. Quick reply? Done. Shoes in the hallway? Put away. Trash almost full. Gone. Within days, Alex's apartment felt lighter, and so did his mind. This habit isn't about productivity. It's about eliminating the constant background noise of unfinished business. Small tasks pile up quietly until they convince you that you're failing at life. Habit number 2, design your day around energy, not ego. Next, meet Sam. Sam tried the 5 a.m. routine. He hated every second of it. At 5:20 a.m., Sam was awake, but barely human. Coffee didn't help. Motivation didn't help, not even chugging water. Nothing helped. By day 4, Sam slept in until 10 and felt like a disappointment to the entire self-improvement internet. Then Sam discovered a simple idea from Deep Work. Your schedule should follow your energy, not someone else's highlight reel. Sam realized something uncomfortable. Before 9 a.m., useless. Between 9 p.m. and midnight, focused, creative, sharp. So Sam stopped fighting biology. Hard thinking at night. Simple tasks in the morning. No problem sleeping. And repeat. And suddenly, productivity stopped feeling like punishment. The habit here isn't waking up early. It's paying attention to when your brain actually works and protecting that time. You just need to become aware of what time of the day is your time and plan your schedule accordingly. Habit number 3. The 2-letter boundary that changes everything. Now meet Chris. Chris was the person who always said yes. Help a friend move? Yes. Join a side project they didn't care about? Absolutely. Attend meetings that achieved nothing? Hell yes. Chris was busy all the time and making zero progress on their own life. One day, someone asked Chris for a favor, and for the first time, Chris said, no. Not rude. Not dramatic, just no. And nothing bad happened. No explosion, no guilt trip, no social exile. That's when Chris learned a brutal truth. Every yes costs something, and usually it costs you. It takes you away from what you should be spending your precious time on. So Chris made a rule. If I wouldn't gladly do this tomorrow, I don't say yes today. Boundaries didn't make Chris selfish. They made Chris effective. Habit number 4, the 80-20 rule. Stop trying to fix everything. Meet Taylor. Taylor was doing everything right, or at least trying to. Tracking calories, exercise, waking up earlier, reading self-help books, watching productivity videos, making long lists of habits to improve. And somehow, nothing was changing. Taylor felt busy, exhausted, overwhelmed. That's because Taylor was trying to fix everything at once, and that's the fastest way to fix nothing. Then Taylor discovered the 80-20 rule, a principle that shows up everywhere. Instead of trying to fix everything at once, Taylor focused on the 20% that gave 80% of the outcome, which was sleep in her case. As she only slept for 5 hours, she did not have the motivation for her morning run that she so much enjoyed. Lower energy meant worse focus, worse mood, and zero motivation to eat well or stay consistent. So Taylor didn't overhaul her life. She didn't add 10 new habits. She simply protected her sleep. Earlier, lights off. Phone out of reach. No negotiations. Within days, her energy came back. With energy came her morning runs. With movement came clarity. And suddenly, the other habits started fixing themselves. One change. Everything else followed. Habit number 5, public stakes. Next is Jordan. Jordan tried motivation, didn't work, tried habit apps, ignored them. So Jordan did something extreme. He publicly committed to a goal with a consequence he hated. If I miss a workout, I donate money to something I strongly disagree with. Suddenly, discipline wasn't hard, because failure hurt more than effort. This isn't willpower, it's strategy. When stakes are real, your brain shows up. Habit number 6, letters from the future. Now meet Morgan. Morgan didn't need another productivity hack, or another motivational quote saved to a phone they never opened again. Morgan needed clarity. So one quiet evening, Morgan sat down and wrote 2 letters. The first one came from 5 years in the future, if nothing changed. Same job, same routines, same excuses that sounded reasonable at the time. Morgan wrote about waking up tired in the same apartment, scrolling through the same apps, telling themselves the same story. I'll start soon. Only now, 5 years had passed. The regret was heavier, the patience thinner, and the thought that hurt the most wasn't failure. It was realizing how much time had been traded for comfort. That letter was uncomfortable to write. It felt dramatic, a little too honest, but it worked. Then Morgan wrote the second letter. This one came from a future built on follow-through. Not perfection, but consistency. A life where small promises were kept, where progress wasn't anywhere near flashy, just steady. Morgan described waking up with a sense of direction, trusting himself again, and feeling proud. Not because everything was perfect, but because effort was finally aligned with intention. Those 2 letters became Morgan's compass. On hard days, the first letter reminded him of the cost of staying the same. On tired days, the second letter reminded him of what was possible. Fear and hope, side by side. Because motivation fades, inspiration comes and goes, but identity sticks. And once Morgan stopped asking, "How do I feel today?" and started asking, "Who am I becoming?" everything changed. Habit number 7, the 20-minute reset. Final habit. And this one is the glue. Without it, every other habit eventually collapses like a Jenga tower built on good intentions and bad follow-through. Meet Lucas. Lucas was great at starting things. Routines, systems, plans. He tried a little bit of everything and somehow kept ending up in the same place. So Lucas added one habit that didn't look impressive at all. Every Sunday evening, he set a timer for 20 minutes. That's it. No journals with leather covers, no dramatic self-reflection soundtrack, just a simple weekly reset. He asked himself 3 questions. Question 1, what actually worked this week? Not what he meant to do, not what sounded good on paper. What genuinely made life feel easier, calmer, more productive, like he was operating as a real human and not a raccoon in sweatpants. Question 2, what didn't work? What drained him? What felt heavy or pointless? What choices would future Lucas look back on and say, "Why did you do that, you absolute walnut?" And then the most important one. Question 3. What's the one thing I'll adjust next week? Not 5 things, not a full life redesign. One thing. Because Lucas learned something most people don't. Trying to fix everything at once is how you fix nothing. That was it. 3 questions, 20 minutes, no overthinking. But week after week, something started happening. Patterns showed up. Oh, I'm always exhausted on Thursdays. Maybe Wednesday nights are overloaded. I focus way better at the coffee shop than at home where my bed is 10 feet away whispering my name. So instead of forcing discipline, Lucas made small adjustments, changed environments, shifted schedules, removed friction, tiny tweaks compounding quietly, like interest on a savings account, except instead of money, it was his entire life becoming less chaotic. After a year of weekly resets, Lucas looked back and barely recognized the person he used to be. Not because he transformed overnight, but because he finally started learning from his life instead of repeating it on autopilot. That's the power of the 20-minute reset. It turns experience into wisdom, effort into progress, and chaos into direction, all while probably eating pizza on a Sunday night. Final thoughts. None of these people are perfect. They still scroll. They still procrastinate sometimes. They still stare at messes before cleaning them, but they're no longer drifting. They're steering. Pick one habit, just one. Practice it for 30 days. Because a year from now, this could be the moment everything changed, or just another video you watched and forgot. And before you do anything else, check your sink. Start from there. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Hit that subscribe button before you leave and let me know which habit you'll be working on in the coming 30 days.